Welcome, everybody, to the Gate Expectations podcast, where I bring in a weekly guest and talk all things Yu-Gi-Oh! And get to know a little more about each person I talk to. This is the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast that is run by a full-fledged journalist such as myself. This is episode 4. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can check earlier podcasts with a pen god, Stephen Trifanowski, arguably one of the best players in the world, Jesse Cotton, and legacy player and former Pojo moderator, Jeffrey Lang. My guest for this week has almost 300,000 subs on YouTube and almost 2,000 videos made. He's arguably one of the most exciting and popular Yu-Gi-Oh! Influencers, or Yu-Gi-Tubers, as we like to call it. It's Sam Arunnaveesiri, a.k.a. TeamSamuraiX. Sam, man, thanks for coming on to the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, David, thank you so much for having me on this awesome podcast. How are you doing today, man?
I am doing awesome. Listen, man, I am so stoked to talk to you right now because there are so many avenues that I want to travel down with you on this podcast, man.
Right.
Because we know you as TeamSamuraiX on it. We know that you also have another separate YouTube channel, Sam Ham TV. You've got 12,500 subs there. Love that channel, by the way. We'll dive into that later on. And you've done some really cool things in this game that no one else really has had the opportunity to. So, man, a pleasure again, and I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much, David. Yeah, man, and it's super exciting to be on this podcast. Very excited to be talking all things Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. And yeah, man, it's been a long journey for me to come where I am today, and it's super awesome, man. I love this game so much.
Well, let's start getting into that, man, because you are one of the biggest Yu-Gi-Tubers of today, 300K subscribers, as I said. You started about 8 years ago, I think, with a 2012 ban list video. And look at you now, man. Over 2,000, almost 2,000 videos later. Look at it again, man. Your popularity is so huge, man. How did this all start?
To be honest, man, it's just all started when it started with the love that I had for the game. So, as you know, growing up as a kid, I always played Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't know if you can relate to this, but when I was little, I would play Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2 years, and then I'd quit, and then I started again in 2 years, and then I quit again, and then I'll just recently just keep coming in and out of the game back and forth. And I started watching the anime, and then I fell in love with it, and then I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, and then GX, and then 5Ds, and after 5Ds I just quit because Zexo I didn't really like. But other than that, I played majority between those three eras, and I just played for fun. I didn't even know competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Existed, so it would just be me and my friends from school just collecting Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and just playing at recess or playing at lunch, and just for fun, the way that the animes played it. And that's pretty much it, man. And one day I remember I had a bet with my friend when I was in grade 8 or something, between two NFL's teams, if whoever won or something like that. If this team won, I get all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. If my team lost, I give him all my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And then the team ended up winning, my team, and then he gave me all his Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and that's when it really took off for me. And then as year goes by, basically a lot of my friends will always quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Once they quit Yu-Gi-Oh! they don't do anything with their cards. So they end up just giving me their cards. So I took a lot of my friends' cards because they gave it to me. And then when I would quit, I would save my cards. I would keep them on a side, because just in case if me and my brother ever wanted to come play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, we'll always have cards to play with. And, we just went back and forth between different eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I just figured that I had a bunch of cards, and then I discovered that there are actually hobby shops like Dolly's Toys and Games. And then I started going there, saving my allowance, my lunch money to buy more Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. And then that's when it really picked up for me to start back Yu-Gi-Oh! But Yu-Gi tubing as a whole, I didn't even think I was going to become this big, to be honest, because my entire thing when it comes to making Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos is because I genuinely enjoy making videos, and I genuinely love the game so much. And I tell everybody this, that if I wake up one day and I don't love the game anymore, I just quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi tubing as a whole, because I'm not the type of person you met me in real life. Whatever you see me on videos, I'm the exact same in real life. People, you've already experienced that. Some people think I have some sort of fake persona that I act up on YouTube, but you know, David, you know me, you see me around, you talk to me. I'm literally the same in front of camera and off camera. So like I said, it's just like, just me loving the game. And then I started going to locals, and I was introduced to the competitive game Yu-Gi-Oh! My first deck that I ever played was probably Black Wings, and then then it transitioned into Six Samurais, and that's how I got my YouTube channel name, from playing Six Samurais for a couple formats.
Oh,
right?
That's just one question. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
ask you that later on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
go
just
ahead.
like, I remember Gateway being at 3, and
Oh
I,
God.
I love Sheehan so much. And it was a coincidence because my name is Sam, and
Yep.
and like it's literally Team Samurai X1. It's
Yep.
just like, I just thought I love Six Samurais. That was pretty much it. But I never thought that it would mix up that well. But yeah, and then just got into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I watched a lot of YouTubers growing up too, like Mega Capital G, Asian
Yep.
Eyes, Waffles, DPYGO, like a lot of OG Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers. And then I just started looking up to them as inspiration. And I just did it for fun because I'm like, you know what? If these guys can do it, I could probably do it too. So I just did it. And then I never expected it to get this far, but that's how I started my Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess Yu-Gi-Tubing career. That's how I started, just for fun. Something went from being fun to something that transitioned into my full-time career that I'm going at right now.
So, what would you attribute to a lot of your success to over the years that you've seen yourself grow and grow over these past 8 years making videos?
What it's to be honest, man, I feel like it's the hard work and the work that I put into it, because there are many times that I will want to give up, and I'll be like, nah, like I don't want to do this anymore, or I can't do this. But it's just the amount of effort that I put into things, and the amount of change that I'm willing to take, and the amount of different risks that I'm willing to take my channel to another level, right? And obviously at the end of the day, like I can't think like my success would not be here if it wasn't for my subscribers, my followers. So I gotta give a big shout out to them, for people giving me a chance to just watch my videos and just to take a chance with me. You know what I mean? So to be honest, I would say it's the hard work that I put in, and the amount of hours that it takes to produce content, because like people think it's easy to do to make content, but sometimes like my brain gets fried and just thinking about different types of content to make. Really, it's a really hard, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I post videos 7 days a week, and that's really exhausting. It's really hard. But at the end of the day, like I have fun with it. Like I have fun. It's about fun for me. It's about my passion and my joy for the game, and that's why I do it. But yeah, it's shout outs to the subscribers and the followers that gave me a chance to make videos and to just watch my content, right? So without them, I wouldn't be here. And at the same time, if I don't put in the hard work, I also would not been here as well, right? So it brings back to the love of the game. I do it because of the love of the game. So yeah.
I find a lot of things what you said really interesting. I talked with Stephen Trifanowski a couple of weeks ago,
right,
and he seems to be emulating you in the sense that he puts in so much work into all of his videos and all of Yu-Gi-Oh, as you said. And then not to mention that just lost my train of thought for a second. I had it. Oh God. Yeah, I know. Jeez. But he's emulating in that regard. But he's also emulating in the regard of the personality that you guys bring to the table.
Right.
Is that you guys are legitimate, like on camera, off camera, the way you act. And I think that really brings like a human element to all your videos, because this is who you are in real life.
Exactly.
And I'm going to unpack this even further. You and I also share like a really cool personal experience together. We 3 years ago, both of us attended the very first Canadian Worlds competitor ever since the merger with North America, Bo Tang. We both went to his wedding together. Right. We both pigged out. We both like drank a whole bunch. We had a fantastic night that night.
Right.
Yeah. So I thought that's a really cool anecdote. And that kind of segues into like you as your other channel, your Sam Ham TV. And you're probably living like one of my dream jobs right now is completely being a big food influencer as well. Right. You're like Mike Chen, Strictly Dumpling. He's just like kind of like a smaller, like a Thai version of him.
Yeah. I love Mike Chen. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember a couple years ago, I think it was roughly around like three years ago, a Shake Shack opened up in a pop-up in Toronto, and you were featured on City TV, which is a huge broadcasting company in Canada for those who don't know. And you were on there. You were the first person that appeared on there, and I know like the Yu-Gi-Oh community like exploded. Like holy crap, it's Sam, the Team Samurai X on national television.
Yeah, like that was very exciting because to be honest, like my dream goal
Yeah,
is to be, a food, it's like some sort of like food influencer, like you said.
yeah,
But the thing is that like it was so hard for me to focus on two channels, like a food channel and YouTube channel and Yu-Gi-Oh
yep,
channel. And I felt like my Yu-Gi-Oh channel was picking up more over the food one. So I kind of, geared focus towards Yu-Gi-Oh more over the
yep.
food as of now. But 100%, like I'm still going to keep to pursue that dream of
Mhm.
becoming a food influencer. So I try my best to post weekly
Yep.
on the other channel. But yeah, like at the end of the day, man, I do things for fun. Like as long as I enjoy it, as long as I see the joy out of it,
Yep.
I'm gonna do it 100%.
I watched a couple of your videos earlier today, and I'm Viet,
Right.
so obviously I had to come watch your video where you decided to take the biggest pho bowl ever
Yeah, it was
in
delicious.
Toronto. So I'm gonna put you on the spot for a bit. I'm gonna have a little fun with you.
Right.
I remember one of the comments you made, and I had to stop the video, and I laughed my ass off for about 2 minutes before I had to restart it. And you said that you like your pho like you like your women, and that was Viet. And I laughed so hard when you said that, and I'm thinking,
my
man,
God.
like, I'd be like, man, like if Sam's single, maybe I should like introduce him to a bunch of like my family friends, or like I also have Vietnamese tenants at my parents' house. So I'm
Right.
like, man, if maybe I should hook Sam up or something if he ever
Oh
comes down
my
to Peterborough.
You're the best, man. You're the best. Yeah, no, the reason why I said that is because like during that time I was talking to a Vietnamese girl, and then she
Yeah.
watches my videos, so I was just like making like a kind of joke, like I like my pho, like I like my woman Vietnamese. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was just like a funny comment that I wanted to like kind of like shout her out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
But
just
yeah,
that's fair. Oh man, I thought that's so hilarious. And then afterwards, later in the video, you're trying to be taught a little bit of Vietnamese, and I want to see if you can remember how to pronounce it again. So in Vietnamese, we have this word delicious. We say ngon, spelled
Ngon,
Ngon, ngon,
Ngon.
ngon.
I knew
Yeah.
I'm still butchering that, bro.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering if you could still pronounce that word or not. I just want to see if I can get a couple attempts out of you at least to
Oh
see
my
how
God,
far your
Ngon.
Vietnamese has
My
progressed.
Vietnamese is non-existent, David.
That's fair. I'm sure if you taught me Thai, I would also have like the same struggles as well. So
Yeah.
I can't crack down on you that badly, man. I could go for hours on end with you just talking about your food channel alone, because that's also one of my other passions that
Right.
many people may or may not know of, man. But it's a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. We'll keep it to that, man. But I want to at least shout out your other channel,
Thank you
because
so
that
much.
also is a fantastic channel as well. Again, I call you like the Thai Mike Chen, and it's awesome doing what you're doing, man. That you be able to have two different channels and have like excellent popularity on both of them as well, man.
Thank you so
props
much,
to you
David.
props to you on doing that. Like,
Thank
people
you.
don't realize how much kind of work goes into like not just doing one channel because you have over 2,000 vids, but you're doing two channels,
Right.
and that's a lot of work to do. It's a lot of focus.
A lot of focus, yes.
So, man, it's a lot of respect for you, man, coming out and doing that.
Thank you, David. You're the best, man. Thank you.
All right, man. So, people know you as Team Samurai X, but what people also don't know is that you're actually like a really good player. Like, you don't get a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers that like are good players. The saying goes, if you can't play, judge. If you can't play, you coach. Those kind of things.
Right.
But you're one of the very few that can actually throw down. Like, you've had two YCS tops in the same year. You were so hot. I think it was your True Drake you ran it out with.
Yeah,
I've
it was
seen you
back
top
to back.
regionals, man.
It was crazy, back to back. That was my yeah.
And I saw you top like a regional with Cyber Dragons when they were like relatively unknown, man. Like, you can like sneak up and you can put out some crazy plays on the board. I haven't played you personally, man, but balancing out that act of being a YouTuber, but also still being a really good player, man. It's
right.
Like, what do you attribute yourself to? At least the skill that you have.
So basically, before the reason why I got into YouTubing is because of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And my ideology behind making deck profiles is what I'm kind of like known for. Originally, when I started my channel, is making a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh deck profiles, and my philosophy is like, how do I explain this? It's like I want people to trust me. At the end of the day, and the way that if I have some sort of credibility when it comes to playing events or going to regionals and going to YCS and having tops, there are some. That means that there's going to be some credibility behind my deck profiles, and at the end of the day, I prioritize, like, once event comes up, I'm going to every YCS, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to get as many tops as possible, because um I want to prove to my viewership and my viewers is that, okay, I don't just make these deck profiles because I want to make deck profiles. I want to make these deck profiles because, one, I believe that it's the best for people to play, and two, that I actually know how to play the game.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like, for example, there are a lot of people out there that make deck profiles or make deck contents, but they don't go to events. They don't go to regionals. They don't go to locals. They don't compete. So how is there any, credibility behind that? You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So that's why I try so hard to top, and that's why I try so hard to study the format once, Yu-Gi-Oh is up and running. Right now, I have to be honest, like, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh that serious because there's not any, tournaments going on, but I'm up to the meta. I do play tests. I do play online, but I would say I don't put in the hours that I usually do when Yu-Gi-Oh is back up. So once that Yu-Gi-Oh is running, I play Yu-Gi-Oh every single day on on Dueling Book or on EDO Pro, just practicing days in and days out, learning different combinations of combos and strategies behind each deck. And I just study the deck that I want to play very, very much. And yeah, and that's why, I do things, because I truly want to get better for myself. And I don't want to be that guy to be like, hey, yeah, I make Yu-Gi-Oh videos, but I suck at playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, at the end of the day, like I told you, I make YouTube videos because I enjoy the game and I genuinely want to get good at the game. And to be honest, like, I don't think I'm the greatest at all. I think I suck. Like, I think I need to you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't think I'm great, and that's fine. Like, but there's always, for me, like, room to get better. You know what I mean? So I always want to strive to become the best of the best, and that's why I do what I do. So yeah, but honestly, at the end of the day, like, it's hard balancing both, like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu-Gi-Tubing. It's either like you do one or the other, man. But I'm trying my best to do both. So that's my goal, is to do both.
Yeah, and I think Triff is also trying to do the same thing as you as well. He's trying to be like, big on YouTube, and then also be like a big player as well in the Yu-Gi-Oh circuit, man. And again, it's like he's emulating you hard, man, and he's doing a really good job
He's
for
doing a
himself,
great
too.
job, man. Like, I remember Steven messaged me and he was like, "Hey Sam, I just want to let you know, like, I quit my job, like, I'm doing full-time YouTube, like, thank you so much." Like, and it's a wonderful thing, like for me to hear something like that. It's because I'm able to help my friends out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, Steven is his own being. Like, he did that himself. Like, I might I might help them a little bit, but he's the one that pushed himself to where he is today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
So I got to give a huge shout out to Steven, man. Like, I've seen his hard work. I've seen him put in the hours, and I'm able to see some of that and the growth that he had within the past couple of years. It's really great to see. So shout out to Steven, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's one heck of a duelist. We played back in December, the regionals in Toronto, man, and we were both 5-0 going to 6th round. We played each other. Most intense match I ever had with him, man. He did come out and beat me in the end, but holy heck, man. Like, he can back it up, man.
Yeah.
And I hope that whenever you and I play each other, I can see like the skill coming out of you too, man.
Yeah.
I hope you and I have a really good match if and ever we play each other.
It'll be awesome, man. It'll be super awesome.
So there's a couple things I wanted to unpack back to what you said. First of all, man, I completely agree with you, and wanting to be like reliable and trusted by every single other person out there. I completely agree with you, because number one, I'm a journalist myself, and integrity to me is everything.
Right.
Who wants to believe a journalist that nobody trusts?
Exactly.
And who wants to trust a Yu-Gi-Oh interpreter that nobody trusts? I completely understand where you're coming from, man. I completely agree, and like, I respect you that you want to be good first before you become famous.
Exactly.
Which is a great way of approaching this. I respect that a lot, man. And good on you for that, man. And number two, man, yeah, of course, man, of course. And then number two, like, I know you probably received some criticism about this, but you did mention this before, that you do put a lot of videos out there that say like the best. But I'm guessing in this case, you're not doing it because you're trying to just grab views and votes. You truly believe that these decks that they're putting out that you're the best because you've like tried them and you practice them yourself.
Exactly. Honestly, the word best is subjective. Like, you can, like, I can look at your deck list and you can say that it's the best deck list that you made. That's your opinion, man. Like, I can't hate on your opinion at the end of the day. So for me, whenever new decks come out, I always test it beforehand, at least 2-3 weeks or even a month to when the deck comes out. I try to perfect the deck before I showcase the deck profile. And when I post our content, I truly believe that it is the best version of the deck that I can give out. And that's what I mean when I use the word the best. It's like the best version of the deck that comes out. If I'm not confident about the deck and I don't think it's the best, I'm not going to show it.
Yep.
And that's why I do things, right? If you go to regionals and you have your own deck list, that's truly your best deck list that you brought into that room. It is your creation. It is your own text or whatever the deck list that you decide to make. It is yours. And you should think that your deck is also the best as well. In the day, I'm always open up to criticism, and it's completely fine. But the word best is all subjective, man. Like, I watch a lot of Call of Duty videos, and I seen like people make different types of classes when it comes to using different guns or using, in the match, right? And there are different like styles of of assault rifles or SMGs that you can use. And I look at those videos and they say that it's the best gun class. Sometimes I think it's not the best gun class. You know what I mean? But I can't hate on them, because to them they've been using the gun in their game, and it's the best for them, and they're winning games, right? So if they're winning games with them and they can show their class setup that it's the best class setup that they can have, then by all means it is the best class setup for them. So it's like it goes for everything. Like, David, like you could think that your mom's fried rice is the best, but I think my mom's fried rice is the best.
Yeah. Good analogy.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, like every chef has their own opinion. Every duelist have their own opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. So the word best shouldn't even matter, and I don't know why it bothers people so much. But
there's a couple of things I wanted to jump to your defense on when you say the best,
right?
And I'm going to clarify this for everyone that's watching there. First of all, the best could mean the best for you. It maybe not necessarily be the best for someone else, because some person might like to say they like to go more all out, and then there are some players who like to play a slight more conservative, want a little more consistency. So so that's one thing, that's the best for you.
Right.
And then the other thing I want to defend you on this part is, the best could be the best at the time, but because this game can change at the drop of a dime and change so quickly, is that the best may not be the best anymore for that time. It might be another new couple cards in there. So, it's, again, I can see why the word best can be so subjective, but people think it's so absolute nowadays. I think you can agree with me on that part, that, that don't take it like at face value to the heart.
Right.
There's still some subjective like talk around that word, and you have to take it accordingly, like kind of case by case kind of situation, and know that this deck for you may not be the best for someone else. It's why people complain that when they copy a deck, let's say, and they go, how did this deck win? Like, this deck is so trash. Maybe it's just not your play style.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, man. So that's so when I had people talk about the best, why does Team Sam always say the best? I'm like, well, like maybe that's the best for him, man. Maybe that's his play style.
Yeah,
he doesn't play this. He doesn't play the same as you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, exactly. And that's was one quick defense I wanted to jump to on that.
Thank you so much, David.
Of course, man. Of course. And again, like, you're so successful, and I remember one regional you came in at the end of it. And you brought in, I think it was the Silver Creator Award for YouTube that you brought in. Took a picture with all the judges about that, man. How was that moment for you when you got that from YouTube?
It was really nice, man. That feeling was great. It's like all my hard work, just came to reality, basically. And I always dreamt of being an entertainer. That was it for me. Yeah. Like, when I was little, I always wanted to be on TV. I always wanted to be on camera. I always wanted the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like when I was a little kid. Yeah. So seeing my hard work, coming into life made me feel so happy. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's just like a lot of things that are just flashing through my eyes once I saw that. It's like all the hard work and all the hours I put in, and it came true. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to take a picture with like the Dollies team.
Yep.
Because I have to give them, a big shout out, because, like without them, like I don't think I'd be where I am, today. They helped me a lot with products, with cards. Like they've been my backbone, man. So I gotta give a huge shout out to Dollies for that. But I kind of wanted to, because like honestly, at the end of the day, man, I can't attribute to my success for my own. Like I can't say this is all me because it's not, man. It's because of my subscribers and the people that helped me. It's because of the followers, and also at the same, it's because of everybody. You know what I mean? So that's why I took it to that regional and taking pictures with some of the subscribers, and also take pictures with you know, the Duelists team, because they really helped me a lot throughout the years.
And I think that was the award you got it for getting at least 100,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel. Yeah.
Right.
And then you've nearly tripled that since, man. So, and I don't know how many years ago was that. It's been so long. I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago. Pardon me?
It was 2 years ago, I think. 2 years.
2 years ago. And then you've almost tripled your subscriber up to like 300,000, man. So that's a big jump from going on. Like, you know, people, like, you're a household name now for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it's clear. I'm not going to mince words. That's what it is. That's how I see it anyway. But that's huge. And like, of course, I've enjoyed your videos too. I've watched your videos. I'm sub to you. I really enjoy your product, man. It's so fun to watch, man.
Thank you so much.
And this is you, because again, I've seen you in real life. I've seen how you act. We've hung out together before. And again, and I always attribute, man, if you're just genuine to yourself and you put it the way on your YouTube videos, man, that's what people like.
Yes, exactly.
That's what people like, and that is you. So for anyone who hasn't actually like talked to Team Samurai X, you know, in person, outside of him just doing your videos, man, this is how he is in real life. This is how Trip is in real life, man.
Yeah,
both wonderful guys, man. And I gotta admit, man, we had a lot of fun at Botang's wedding.
Yeah, but no, that was beautiful. That was so fun, man.
So speaking of Botang, you had a Konami Duel Links commercial with him.
Yeah, that was epic, man. That was so epic.
How did that come about?
To be honest, man, I was just filming my videos. I didn't even know they're going to put me on a commercial, actually. I did not know at all. Yeah. And basically, they grabbed clips from my vlog that I did, and then they just put it together as a commercial for Dueling. So it was super exciting and super fun to see. It was really great, man, that Konami was able to do that. So, yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, wow, oh my goodness, Mom.
So you were filming for a commercial that you didn't even know that you were going to be on.
Exactly. No, it was they just put me there.
Where were you when that all happened?
It was New York Comic Con, actually. New York Comic Con.
Oh, which Comic Con?
New York in October.
Oh, New York in October, man. Oh, man. So how did that duel between Bo go exactly?
That was fun. Bo whooped my butt, man. He killed me.
Bo was really good, man. I love
really good. Honestly, anything Yu-Gi-Oh related, like if you teach Bo in one day, he'll get it. He's just naturally good at the game. Like Botang.
Yes.
Actually gifted at the game. He's a really wonderful player. And a wonderful guy as well.
Absolutely, he is a wonderful guy. He's extremely intelligent. I'm pretty sure him and his wife Jessica are an engineer. They're both engineers,
right?
If I recall correctly, and they just brought in their first child in just a couple months ago. So happy to Bo. He's a father. You know, fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh player. I love that guy to death, and I was so honored that he invited me to his wedding. I didn't think that was going to happen, and then when you and I got like sat paired together at the same table, because we had our own Yu-Gi-Oh table, which was so fun. And he of course, being the Yu-Gi-Oh player that he is, he knew that YCS Toronto was the week after, so he knew, don't put the wedding on YCS weekend. Props to him for doing that. I found that so hilarious, and I'm pretty sure I dissected everybody's mind at the table because I didn't know how to play Zodiacs at that time. Like, I need help, and thank God that you guys were there at least to help me out.
Right. It was an awesome time, man.
Yeah, man. Like, we ate so many hors d'oeuvres that day, and they had to pump them out like crazy, man. But I think we stuffed our faces so hard even before we got into the dining hall that day. I hope you had a lot of fun at that wedding.
No, that wedding was spectacular, man. It was super fun. We all had a great time, and it was just a fun way for us Yu-Gi-Oh players to hang out.
It really is, because you start to see, like, when we started playing this game, we're all like maybe like in high school and kids, and then now that like most of us are now like in our late 20s, maybe early 30s, we're starting to evolve into our own, like we have like actual responsibilities to like we might have like wives, like we were engaged, and have children and whatnot. And now that we've kind of seen like Bo get to that stage, man, it's really nice to see him kind of take off with his career wise, so it's a really it's a heartwarming moment for all of us, that we're not just friends like just inside the game, we can be friends outside of the game too.
Right, exactly.
It's fantastic to have. Speaking of experiences that you've had that barely anyone else had, I know you've gone to the World Championships, but you didn't go as a duelist, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I did not. I went as a parental guardian.
Yeah, it was. I think that was for Jesse Cotton. Was that?
No. It was for Gabe. It was for Gabe.
Oh,
So
for
I
Gabe,
have to
right?
give a huge shout out to Gabe, man,
Yeah.
for bringing me on that trip. It was super fun. He brought me there, and yeah, man, it was like it was a life changing experience for me to see where Yu-Gi-Oh was born. And
Yep.
Gabe was 16 at the time, so he needed to be 18. So he
Yep.
needed somebody to go with him. So I came in, took care of him, and it was such a fun time, man. And Konami did a wonderful job hosting that entire event. So it was great.
And I think you went to Japan for that one, if I recall.
Yes.
Yeah,
Japan.
man. Was that Kyoto or Tokyo? Sorry.
No, it was Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo. Yeah, man. So talk to me about what did you do with Gabe while you were in Tokyo?
No, so once we went into Tokyo, they had a schedule planned for us. I basically took care of him. Like I was just literally his parent, took him to all the events or schedule that he had, make sure that he had his decks ready, make sure that he got food, and they gave us some free time to tour around Tokyo and Japan as a whole. And it was just like a bunch of schedule events. And once Gabe was playing throughout the entire day, that's when I had my day to spend for myself to go around Tokyo and things like that. But yeah, it was just like more like a Yu-Gi-Oh event. They took us around, took us to the Pokemon Center, took us around like Akihabara, the Yu-Gi-Oh Central
Yep.
of Japan. And, we bought a lot of stuff, bought a lot of sleeves, and, met a lot of, great Yu-Gi-Oh competitive players that were out there. Was able to watch, man. It was just like a huge experience for me in 2017 to be able to experience something like that. So it was really, really fun.
Did you get any filming done for Sam Ham TV while you're in there in Japan?
I did, man. It was kind of unfortunate that I lost that footage, but
Oh no!
I did, man. But most of the vlog stuff, it's on my TeamSamuraiX1. Like it's on the channel, but the ones that I wanted to do for Sam Ham TV, I couldn't find that footage, so it was kind of unfortunate because like I had videos of me trying Naruto ramen in Japan. It was just like stuff that I missed out, man. It was just it was kind of unfortunate, but I really wish I could kind of somehow find those footage. But yeah, I had a couple videos made, but the footage was lost, man. So it was definitely my fault.
Oh man, that would be unfortunate, man. I love going to. I would love to go to Japan sometime, man. And what was the feeling like for you when Gabe actually asked you to be his guardian for the world's trip?
No, like it was an honor because Gabe and I are really close. I think of him as my little brother.
Yep.
So I always look out for him and look out, what's best for him. And he's doing really well right now. And when he asked me, it was a joy. It was like kind of like wow, like thank you, Gabe, for asking me. You know what I mean? Like me and Gabe go way back. I knew him ever since he was in grade 7. So
yeah,
like it was kind of like a cool brotherly moment that when he asked me, it was like, hey, like you could ask anybody, but he decided to bring me, of course. But honestly, at the end of the day, I told him, hey, Gabe, you bring me, man. Every single thing in that trip, I'll cover for you. So,
man,
I ended up buying everything for him anyway. So it was awesome.
Man, that had to be like a wonderful experience in itself. You get to go there and do like two big things that you love, like food for one thing, because that's one of my favorite things I love to do when I go travel is food. I'm sure that's one of yours.
Right.
And then, of course, watch like the best of the best for Yu-Gi-Oh go play, man. Like Yu-Gi-Oh's both of our hobbies. We love it. I mean, that's why this podcast exists. That's why your Yu-Gi-Tube exists. And that had to have been like a surreal experience for you to be able to go to Japan and go watch Yu-Gi-Oh and be a part of all that.
Right. No. Honestly, it's like I mentioned earlier. Competitive Yu-Gi-Oh is where it's at for me. Like I love playing the game and to see it's like watching any sports. Like if you love basketball and you see the competitiveness of it, it gets super hyped. You know what I mean? It's same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is the exact same deal, man. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Like seeing those guys compete just for the I can't even say just for it's like competing for the title. World champion is a huge thing, and that's my dream one day to go to the world championship. That's my goal.
Yeah, as a player, I'm assuming in this case.
Yes, exactly. As a player competing.
Definitely, I completely understand that. I mean, it's definitely a goal that I'm sure a lot of us would love to have. It's definitely a surreal experience, at least from what I've talked to from past players, like Bo, for example. Jesse's another one. They've both gone to Worlds, and I'm sure experience there has been fantastic and nothing short of breathtaking when you go there, man. So I can only imagine the experience that you had, even though you didn't go as a player, but still, like, you've gone, and then there's also so many people around your community that have gone to Worlds. Like, for example, like John Wilkin and Ryan, you who are Dragon Duel champions, or well, at least made there because of Dragon Duels, and I'm sure then you have such a high concentrated level of skill in your area that you can kind of practice off of. So I'm sure you have like a great platform for yourself to be able to hopefully make it to the top one day.
Right, exactly. And that's my goal.
Yeah, man. You're also part of a Team Game Nation, if I recall, yeah?
No. I'm with no team. No team. Just me. Team Dollies, that's it. Team
Dollies. Great shot might I add, because I've been there several times before. I actually have two cousins that live about like 15 minutes away from there. So whenever I go visit them, sometimes I'd pop into Dolly's, man. And just talking about that local real quickly, man, there's such a weird shop when you first walk in there, because, you know, you see them and they're clearly like a gaming shop. But then when you look at the other wall, it looks like they have a bunch of like weird little knickknacks here and there that like maybe for like sewing, for clothing designs. Like, is this a card shop? What is this?
Exactly. So basically, like, long time ago when Dolly's used to be a craft store, actually. Yeah. So then, and then they decided to, you know, do crafts and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Magic cards and Pokemon cards. Yeah. And now the store is just a full-on like hobby shop now, like Dolly's Toys and Games. Like, they sell board games, every single card game out there, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Pokemon, sports cards. So they're very popular right now. So it's a full-on hobby shop at the moment.
Yeah, and then they're the ones who've also taken over doing all the regionals that happen that are happening in Toronto now, because that's where you and I kind of live close to. You live in Scarborough, which is just a part of Toronto. I live an hour and a half northeast of Toronto, so I'm not part of it, but I'm close to it. And you know, I go to Toronto regionals because that's the closest regional for me to go to. So you know, we're in close proximity with each other, but I'm sure the skill level between the GTA and where I live is completely different. But yeah. Man, like, how long have you played at Dolly's for?
Dolly's is actually the only locals that I actually go to, because obviously, like, you know, for where I am, Dolly's is the closest card shop to me, and I've just been going there ever since I was actually 8 years old. Oh, so really? It's like my childhood just is in that shop.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, that's where I started Yu-Gi-Oh. That's where I filmed my first Yu-Gi-Oh video there, and it's just a lot of sentimental for me. It's very sentimental for me to just be a part of that family, you know. Like, I know everybody there, and like, I'm really close to all the workers, and they've become like my older brothers now. So
yeah,
it's really awesome. Like, I love that shop, man. It's home to me. Yeah.
Yeah, they've treated me with nothing but like welcoming and respect every time I walk into that store. And I've walked in that store at least like with more fingers on my hand than I can count anyway. At least I've been in there that many times, because I really enjoy going to that shop, and it's just a nice, refreshing change of pace for me. Not to mention, it's also extremely competitive there too.
Exactly. Yeah. So if, you know, once COVID is undone, David, I better see you there, man, competing, you know, so we can face each other.
Yeah, man. We might have to do a special for you on your channel, man. I'll have to give you a duel or something with some little fun little gimmick or something or whatever.
That's awesome. Like, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I know, man. Because like I'm kind of up there myself too. Because in terms of skill, like I can top 8 regionals before. I've topped the YCS before, but you know, I'm not like that high known as far as like, you know, like, you know, Jesse Cotton might be. I'm not that caliber level, but you know, it's kind of nice to see these players around like you're in my level right now, that we can at least, you know, maybe not as consistent per se, but we have the potential, and like we know our stuff, that we can at least compete with the big boys and at least get to that level. So that is at least comforting in itself. I don't know about you.
No, yeah, honestly, like what is it called? No, it's like, you know, honestly, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole is just like a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? Like yes. We know what it's like to compete. You know, and I don't know, like, if you feel the same. I'm pretty sure you feel the same, but like that rush, especially like, you know, when you're above the top and like you're X1 and you're all going to the last round.
Yeah.
Yo, David, like that's what I crave for. You know what I mean? It's like,
yes,
it's like, you know, that feeling like, and after you win, it's just so satisfying. And it's just like, yeah, like I did it. You know, it's fun, man. It's so fun.
No, it really is. And even though like we've topped like several regionals before, like So some people like act like they've been there before. Like Cotton, like I don't know how many times he's done it before, but I'm sure he's done it. And but again, like I've topped like double-digit regionals, but still, I get excited every single time that I do it, man. Like after I do it, I'm on the top of the world. I feel like, man, I want to go out and have like a really good meal, have a couple drinks with friends. Like I want to have like not like a party per se, but I want to celebrate.
Exactly. Yeah, and honestly, like Jesse is one of the best players in the world. I think Jesse's the best in the world right now.
Yeah,
I think he's number one, and I actually look up to him a lot. When it comes to dueling, like I wish I had his skill level, man. Like,
yeah,
this guy's technical play is just onto another level, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and because like all you guys live around like the Greater Toronto area, which we call GTA. Don't think it's Grand Theft Auto. Everybody here and that doesn't know what we call it in Toronto. But there's a massive amount of highly skilled players within that area. Like you could argue Toronto is maybe one of the best cities in the world for Yu-Gi-Oh.
The best, man. GTA or Canada,
yeah,
it's crazy. We got Dale Bolito, legendary player.
Yep.
Bo Tang, Jesse Khan, Gabe Vargas. We got Ryan Yu, John Wilkins, Steven Trivanovsky. You're there as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great, well-known players here in Canada, man. It's serious, man. Very serious.
The funny thing about this is you named all current players.
Yeah,
we haven't even run the list of past legends that have existed in this game as well.
Zorro, we got a lot of crazy players, man. Like here in Canada. Yeah.
And also another thing I found was fascinating, at least with Canada in this regard, is that ever since we merged with the U.S., I mentioned this on a previous podcast,
right?
Canada has a world champion. Even with the merger, when we at least send one representative to Worlds every year, now we're not even guaranteed that. Now we could have 6 Americans, and it's happened before. But the States have yet to win a world championship. Yet Canada has done that with Sahabi Grenadine of Montreal.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is crazy.
So Canada has one under our belt now, so it's really good.
It really has. And not to mention, like Gabe Vargas, he won nationals in 2018, and he was the first Canadian to win the North American WCQs ever since the merger. So it shows that Canada can come to play. We're good at this game, so don't serious, man. You can't cut us out.
Exactly, you cannot cut us out. We're serious. It's business here, man. All business.
It really is, man. The stereotypes. We're all nice, I think, but yeah, we are business when we're up here. Like we have a lot of fun. Like don't get us wrong.
Right.
But holy heck, man! Like. Every Toronto regional is so intense. Every single one I go to, man. We went from seeing like 8-round regionals. Now it's climbed to 9-round regionals. And it's been consistently like that. And every single top means something. It's like topping a regional is like you're almost topping a YCS in that regard.
Exactly.
So, I mean, like it's kind of a good reason why we kind of celebrate when, we get a regional top, because it's pretty much as if like we topped like a YCS because of how incredibly competitive and how intense it is there just to be able to get that high, because nobody in my local, aside from myself that currently plays, has topped 8 a regional, and they're all like kind of like middling players. Like they can give me some great fantastic duels, and of course I've been beaten by them, but it's really hard to get over that hump. So the people that consistently get up there have just been destroying, and it's a measure of their skill. And you and I have been on that platform before, being top 8 at regionals. It is
topping a top 8 regionals here it's very hard, man. We got too many good players here.
Yeah, and that's what makes us so proud of being able to support Canadians in this game. And I'm sure you kind of feel the same way. You don't reflect it in your videos per se. You may not actually say it, but like I know deep down, like you're Canadian. I'm pretty sure you're a Thai immigrant who moved here. I don't know how long ago it's been. When was that anyway? How long did you go?
I came here when I was 7 years old. So 2005.
Are you still are you fluent in Thai at least?
Yes, I speak Thai at home.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, so you're better than me because I was born in Canada, but I can speak conversationally in Viet to my parents, but if you compared me to every other single Vietnamese like person of my generation, I'd be like the worst, maybe second worst. Honestly, like, that's how bad I am.
Practice, David. Practice.
It is, and I try to practice every day, but there's so much other stuff that I learn as well. It's like it can get a little tricky for me. That's all. Just understanding it. I feel like an idiot sometimes because I can speak a bit of French too. Like I'm about as fluent as I am in French that I am in Vietnamese. Funny enough, because I've studied for so long. But yeah, learning the language is tricky.
Right.
So like again, props to you again that that you know another language as well, man. And you were 7, so at least you've developed a dialect that you can speak as if like you've actually lived here your entire life, which is also pretty good because like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Like we get that kind of thing with when you see like other Asians, people get sometimes I've had people surprised where it's like, oh my god, he can speak perfect English. Whoa, what's going on here? Like I still get that even nowadays age. I don't know if you get the same thing.
Pardon me?
If you get the impression that that you can speak like perfect English, like it's clear that you can, even though you emigrated from Thai here,
right.
At least to my knowledge. But I don't know if you get any like weird looks or anything like that.
No.
No?
No, I don't get any weird looks.
No, okay, but maybe it's just where I live because my hometown is predominantly Caucasian. That's the only thing I can think of where Toronto is so multicultural.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, you'll see a lot of different races here.
Yeah, you definitely do, and again, like being in Toronto, like you get to eat so much different, wonderful food, and that's one of the big things I love doing when I come to Toronto regionals is having a meal at the end of the day.
Oh man, it's just like that's so satisfying, bro.
Yeah, so let's combine these two now, food and Yu-Gi-Oh together now a bit, man. Do you like usually go out to eat after a Yu-Gi-Oh event?
Yes, I do. Probably just some sort of big meal, ramen, or all you can eat sushi, or sometimes a steak, or sometimes I'll just be happy with a Big Mac, man.
What's your favorite? A Big Mac.
Yeah. Pardon me. What were you saying? Yes. What's my favorite?
What's your favorite place to go eat at after a regional?
Some sort of dim sum place, man. David, I don't know. I usually just go wherever the Dolly's people go. Usually,
really? Okay.
We go Korean barbecue actually after.
Love it. Yeah, there's a whole ton of Korean barbecue places around downtown Toronto where we play our regionals, man, and that's one of the top picks that that our guys from Peterborough would like to go to because we don't have Korean barbecue first of all in Peterborough, so that's a huge damper on us, which sucks so much. So I can imagine that you having that luxury is probably kick ass.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome, man. Really awesome.
Yeah, dim sum is definitely one of my tops. Korean barbecue is definitely another one, and ramen is also one of my top 3s.
I love ramen.
I love ramen so much, man. What is your favorite Asian noodle soup?
Asian noodle soup.
Yeah.
Thai boat noodles.
Thai boat. Describe that for people who don't know what that is.
So it's like different types of variation of fish balls or pork balls with egg noodles, a little bit of the soup with like some sort of fish sauce and garlic flakes on top. It's a little spicy. It's just a combination of best of both worlds. And honestly, it's the beef broth.
Oh, that's what makes every soup. Is the broth.
Yes, the beef broth. Yeah, beautiful.
I love noodle soups, man. They're one of my favorite things to eat. Of course, I'm biased, but I'm gonna say pho, of course, because
I love pho.
That's perfect fit, man. Maybe sometime you and I are gonna have to go do that pho challenge together.
No, we will, and we will.
Yeah, well, and just for the record, he totally ate that entire bowl on the video. Absolutely. Again, man, laugh for 2 minutes straight on that video. It's hilarious, man. And again, talking with you today, man. Like it's the same personality you're giving me here. What you do in your videos, man. It's genuine. It's real. It's you to a T, man. And I hope that's a big reason why you're so popular because it's the passion you bring to this game and to your food channel. I think that's what draws people in. It's exactly. Because you're you.
Thank you so much, man. David, Thank you. I really appreciate it, man. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, man, I want to see people for me, man. Like, I don't know such thing as a fake personality. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do that, man. It's not genuine enough for me. And to be honest, like, I would not want to be around a person that, that's not genuine. You know what I mean? So, like Absolutely. I said, like, what you see me on camera, you'll see me outside of the camera. And I'm the same Sam, man.
That was a big reason why I wanted to bring you onto this podcast because, I wanted to talk to you like, man to man like from person to person. That's what the kind of this whole point of this podcast is about, is that I want to see people for who they really are. You know, if the whatever on camera, if they're performing on, like, you don't really know them outside of that if you actually don't ever hang out with them. And that was a big reason why I wanted to take you on, man, because again, we've hung out together before. We've went to a wedding before, man. We've chilled, we've talked. I've done a couple of videos for your YouTube channel for Top Decks, man. And again, like, I'm glad that the way that you acted here today is the same way you act with me every single time we talk. There's nothing new happened here today, as far as I know.
It's just like we're having like a regular conversation. Yeah. So it's really awesome, man. Like, I'm loving this. I like this.
Yeah, this is the whole point of my podcast, man. Like, I want to let everybody know about who the real Team Samurai X is. Is this guy just fake? Is he just doing this for his views, his subs? No, man. This is legitimately you. And like, I personally attest to this, man. This is Team Sam on a plate, man. He's outgoing. He's enthusiastic. He's passionate. He loves what he do, but make no mistake, he's a good player, and we've at least sat beside each other a number of times at regionals. We watch each other like absolutely destroy and dominate opposing duelists when we're sitting beside each other as well.
Thank you so much, David.
Of course, bro.
I really appreciate this, man. Thank you.
Of course, bro, and I'm really glad to have you on, man. I'm so glad that you were able to join us. I know you've got some recording to do for your own channel. You're a busy man, I understand, but again, man, Sam, I really appreciate you coming out to this podcast and having a great conversation with me, man. Best of luck to you and all your channel.
Thank you.
Both channels, Team SamuraiX1 and Sam Ham TV. Both of those will be in the description below in the YouTube video. Sam, I really appreciate you coming on. Great to talk to you again, my man. And once all this COVID-19 stuff is over, we're going to come back and we're going to have a good time with each other again. I tell you, we will.
100%. We have to do this once again, man. And yeah, man, hopefully I get to duel you soon. And this, it should be fun, man. This is going to be great.
Man, all the experiences you've had with this game have been absolutely fantastic. It's been unprecedented. And man, I hope you keep with Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, man. It's been an honor to have you on. And it's such a joy to actually watch you in your videos and then just talk to you as a regular person in real life, which is the whole point of this thing.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
Again, man, thanks for coming on, man. All right, Team SamuraiX1 on YouTube, almost 300 subscribers. And also check out his food channel, Sam Ham TV, that has 12,500 subs. Fantastic channel as well. Go check that out, man. Sam, Arunnaveesiri, thank you for joining us. Have a great one, buddy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. For more information, check out the Gate Expectations podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Patreon, Twitter, and Spotify.